Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. And here is something that I did want to address because I have noticed a quite significant change in Battlegrounds. And also, obviously, as always, it is extremely easy to notice and point out when things go right, but when things do get better and when things improve, even if marginally, often that just gets kind of left out and missed out. And this is one of those videos where I did want to make it to actually give Kabam some props, because I definitely 100% have noticed a decrease of modders in Battlegrounds quite drastically. Now, obviously, this does not mean that the job is done and the real stress test is going to be like the final week, because so far every single season a ton of modders appear out of nowhere at the very end of the season. And even right now, throughout days, we do notice some people that are definitely up where they do not belong. Like we have this the Lee. I would say 1000% he is not a legitimate player with his 2 million hero base rating, and previously he was in top 3 there. So I did see a few more players that definitely seem quite suspicious, like we have here 1.2 million. But now, if we take a look at all of the top 3 and then the rest of the top 10, we can count 2 players who do not belong there. And then if we take a look around, vast majority of the top 100 are also largely legitimate players. And then you can notice a very, very huge difference by the alliance tags, largely when you see these people, because previously every, random names was just filling this. And now you can see much more of the kind of well-established alliance players around the higher brackets, as you would normally expect it. So, all things considered, I definitely wanted to make this kind of like a brief video to, first of all, just acknowledge a job well done. It doesn't mean that it's perfect. It doesn't mean that I haven't faced any modders. I have, but significantly less. I think I have only faced about 4. I'd say about 4 or 5 modders in, couple hundred matches or 100 matches or however many I have had. And that is a definite decrease. Now, obviously, the situation might be different for you. Therefore, I also do want to hear your feedback, because, this is my experience in Battlegrounds. And yeah, like we can see that throughout my entire history, I didn't get anyone. So that's what, last 25 matches, no modders at all. And that's something pretty much unimaginable in season 3 or season 2. And it might be that I'm just lucky, but I have been hearing more and more players that, are reluctantly acknowledging the fact that Kabam has cleaned up Battlegrounds. Obviously, we want this to remain at this standard and even improve further. And also, I definitely do want to hear from you guys. How are you guys, experiencing? Is there a change? There are obviously other issues with Battlegrounds as well, because the bugs and the loading issues and the game crashes and the matches restarting seems to be flaring up quite significantly for me. I have definitely lost quite a few matches like that, where the game just randomly kicks you out after a match or something else goes wrong, where once it didn't allow me to activate any of Mr. Fantastic's pre-fights at all. It just kind of like had a lock on it. And there are some other weird glitches, and obviously, things do go wrong. I'm not saying everything's perfect at all. What I am, however, saying is that I personally have noticed a quite significant difference, and I am happy that it's happening. Again, it doesn't mean the job is done. It doesn't mean that it can't be improved. It doesn't mean that everybody has noticed it. Therefore, I'm asking you also to let me know your experience. How often have you been matching people that are extremely, extremely suspicious? But then going on to the final kind of like part of this video, I think I also have noticed changes in matchmaking, and there are quite a lot of extreme mismatches happening, not just in Victory Track, but also in Gladiator Circuit and like every account. Like, I do believe that I, being towards the higher end of Celestial 5, matched somebody from like Mysterium or even lower than that, and like significantly smaller account where to a point where it did feel quite unfair. And I have definitely seen and noticed kind of like bigger variances in the matchmaking, I suppose I could say. So I also would like to hear what is your experience this season with the matchmaking, because addressing the modders and the cheaters, obviously I think is the most important thing in regards to Battlegrounds in general, just to have some sort of integrity in the game mode. But also we do need to keep a very close eye to the matchmaking, because matchmaking can also make or break this game mode, because if you constantly get mismatched, then, you know, it can rob the fun of the game mode. And that is largely, obviously, the issue of smaller account players typically, because, you know, there is no possible way for me to get mismatched where I would be in a massive disadvantage. So if the mismatch is happening, then, you know, I'm either benefiting from them or, you know, they are fair game as far as I'm concerned. I will never be put personally in a disadvantage due to a mismatch. Therefore, it's quite hard for me to relate on a personal note. But I have heard definitely several of my subscribers being extremely frustrated with the matchmaking system. And as soon as the modding situation is improving, I do want to pay more attention and cover the current issues of matchmaking, because I do think that obviously it can be improved as well. So yeah, let me know, what is your experience in Season 4 so far in Battlegrounds with modders, cheaters, and also with matchmaking. I look forward to hearing from you, and I'm gonna catch you guys later. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next